Hi, Boss Babes of South Africa. I am here with the incredible Kumeza. Thank you for joining us in person this time.
Yes, I know, we're always talking
You look
virtually.
incredible, and we're even matching with our pink.
It was a theme of the day.
It was. Divine Woman Empowerment is why we're here, and we've met and we've connected. Kumeza, I love your content. It's so authentic. You spoke a lot about authenticity. Tell us a little bit more from a branding perspective, PR perspective, as to why that, puts you above the rest.
Hey, Boss Babes, South Africa. So amazing. So thank you so much for this opportunity. I think even with authenticity, the conversation has always been about keeping true to self, keeping true to your journey. And I think everybody has their own brand story, everybody's had their own personal story, but they can weave into certain aspects of who they are and how they do things and how they show up in the world. You don't have to spill your beans all the time.
Your dirty laundry, like
No,
they say.
no, it's not about that. It's not about that. But it's about being able to connect with individuals on a personal level. Be able to say, this is my story. These are parts of my story. These have been the learnings.
Yes.
And these are the things that I can share with you to hopefully inspire you to also move past any blockages, any stumbling blocks. Because we do stumble, right? We're all human. But just to ensure that you know that you're not alone in the world. Because a lot of the time we experience things and we think it's just me. And we never feel like we can be vulnerable enough to open up and share with other individuals and be saying, this has happened to me, these are the journeys, these are the lessons, and this is how I moved forward, or this is where I'm still struggling. And being able to be vulnerable enough to say that takes a weight off your shoulders.
Correct.
Because then you know you're not alone in the world.
Correct.
But be able to be like, okay, I now need help. Where do I go for the help? Who do I speak to? And the more you're able to open that up, other people will be able to share and say, this is where you can go to, or this is what I've learned. This is offer you, a hand of support and opportunity to learn. And this is how you can move forward instead of being stuck in what happened to you, what you experienced.
Our past.
Yes, our past. Because we get stuck in that and it becomes our narrative. And you're like, this is me, this is who I am, I'm a failure, I suck, or whatever. And then once you're able to move past that and say, okay, you know what? Yes, I may have messed up. What was the lesson? How do I move forward? How do I ensure this doesn't become my identity? And then move forward and move past and be like, okay, cool, break narrative, new storyline. What's your new anthem? How are you now going to navigate, your life?
Not our failures, right?
No, we aren't. And the thing is, it's so easy to say that until you experience the failure. Then when you're in the midst of the failure, you're just like, whoever said that was wrong, I'm a failure, right? And then you believe that and you think that is your story, that is your identity, that is your life. And it's not. But you also have to be aware of who you surround yourself with.
So important, right?
Because they're the other people who will be able to bounce off that sound, to repeat the message to you, to enforce the message to you, or to say, no, you are not your failure. Yes, you failed. You tried it. You tried it. You actually tried it. You learned your lessons. Total failure. But how do you now move forward?
Right.
How do we help you? How do we ensure that whatever blind spots you didn't see at the time, are you aware of them now? Have you jotted them down? But also just to be brave enough to try something. Right? That's hard. Like in the midst of, this is the rule book, this is how your life is supposed to be, the expectations that we have in ourselves, that other people have in our lives. Now you're thinking to yourself, I really want to pursue something that really speaks to my heart and what I want to do, but society says, you don't do it, right? That for me is like even the biggest failure, the greatest failure, because then now you're like, I haven't really lived.
I haven't lived from my authentic place, like you said. That hit me really hard because I've been going through some challenges. I'm unable to disclose exactly what it is, but it really, focuses on speaking up for what you believe is true. It's one of the hardest things I've had to do in my entire life. But this year, as I'm 39 years old, I've had to dig really deep within my soul to say that there's some things that are just unacceptable, and there's some things that you have to stand up and speak out about, no matter how hard it is.
And that's the thing, and there's no formula. So there's no formula, there's no, at the age of this, you need to have sorted it out. We continuously learn it, and I love the fact that even because I'm also on my journey of understanding what my own voice sounds like.
Yes. Because it gets dulled, right?
It gets dulled.
By everyone else.
Yes, and then also like you end up, and you don't realize as you grow up, you're learning certain traits, and like they're really, really bad traits, right? And then you realize so much later, fortunately if you are aware and you are awake enough to realize that those voices aren't your voices. Right? That narrative is not your narrative. And a lot of people would say, oh, but like, someone wrote that in a book, or that's a quote somewhere. But until you actually live and experience it, you don't really truly understand it. You'll quote it because it sounds good, but until you have to learn what your own voice sounds like, and speak loudly, sometimes with a tremor in your voice, right? And the tremors are there. Sometimes with tears, sometimes with no one listening, someone looking at you crazy. Sometimes people will turn back, like their backs on you, and think Coveney is not the Coveney that we used to know, but not realizing that Coveney was just Coveney to keep everybody happy, keeping appearances, fitting the script that you're supposed to fit, without realizing, is Coveney whole? Does Coveney know who she is when she's whole?
Sure, I've lost so many friends. What you say with me right now resonates. I have lost people that I thought were my really good friends.
And it's okay.
And I've learned about people, I've learned about myself more importantly.
Yeah.
And I think, we talk about our conscious and going to sleep and feeling like we're calm. I've never been more scared in my life, but I've also never felt so fulfilled.
And that's important. I think also knowing what feels good for you, because we all know that feeling when we know that you made the right decision, or you made the wrong decision, or you want to turn around and say, that yes, when I said yes to that,
I didn't mean yes.
I actually meant no. And
like it's not okay.
It's not okay.
Yeah.
It's not okay to speak to me like that. It's not okay to do that. It's not okay for me to shut down my own voice in order to keep the other person happy, or other people happy. And the more we forget that, the more we forget what our own voices sound like, then we lose a sense of who we are. And then and not to say that you can never do coming back, you can, but it just gets so much harder because there's so many layers you now need to dig up under. It's not cute.
It's not cute. It's like peeling away an onion. I think that's actually cuter.
I think that's better because even the tears are cute when you're peeling away. Because when you now need to dig deep and
the ugly cry, the ugly part of feeling, the ugly part of, oh my god, did I actually go through that? And was I silent? And then you realize no, Coveney can't be silent about it because I've chosen to be silent about certain things in my life.
And that's the thing.
I can't.
You can't, because the more you realize, I think for me, that sense of relief when I've chosen me over everything else, even
what
over
people think. What do people think?
Right? Like there are times I've made a choice to do an event over and above being a mom.
Yeah.
And that's hard. And whether you're a mom or whether you're not a mom, or whether you just have that sense of responsibility and duty to others and to the rest of the world, the minute you start saying yes to yourself and yes to what you want and your passions and your purpose and the things that bring you joy, there's a part of you that makes you feel like you're a bad person. But what I've realized is that when I say yes to the things that I love and enjoy and fulfill me and fill me up and bring and just make me come alive, right? Like especially coming here, speaking to you, connecting with other women and other like-minded individuals, whether they're men or women. And then I realized that I've filled my cup. It's another way of filling my cup. So it's not necessarily going to the spa or it's literally going to a coffee shop, having a coffee and being able to read one chapter in peace.
Yes.
Our book, right? That's filling my cup. Coming here today, engaging with like-minded individuals, that's filling my cup. So when I'm able to do that, then I'm able to go back to my daughter and really throw myself into being a mom. Because I'm less cranky, I'm less cranky, I'm less highly strung, I'm less agitated. So I know the things that I need to do to fill my cup. And then to also, if someone else is not allowing me, or opportunities or circumstances or individuals or whatever, are not allowing me to fill my cup, then I'm like, okay, less of that influence of the world. Where I need to put a hard no on something and the world kills me inside, say no.
In the beginning,
not all the time. It gets easier. Because then I know the thing is also you know the individuals in your life who want to help you.
Correct.
you know,
Correct.
who will be like, no, Coveney, like, girl, like, you haven't gone out to do something for yourself. Like, I know you like these things, what's happening, why haven't you gone? Those are the people who will be able to realize and be like, no, Coveney, like, something's off balance, let's help you, you know? Are you filling your cup? What are the things that you are still able to do to fill your cup? Why haven't you done it? And they will really ensure that they show up in those moments for you to remind you that you need to show up for yourself.
Oh, that is so powerful. That is so powerful, and I think that, you know, after this, of course, this journey, there's going to be elements of healing that's going to happen. And
Absolutely.
yeah, I think I'm also just, some part of me is also just grateful that I've had the opportunity to do this. That
I think it's always, sorry to cut you there, it's opportunities to do this, but also find ways to sustain it for yourself. You know, whether it's the online platform, whether it's connecting with other people that you meet today, but also being able to share that within your community, in person, offline. How do you find those things? Yeah, that helps too.
I think, you know, as women of color, we have challenges that we've got to maneuver through. And, you know, I just want to also just thank everyone who's been there for the last year. It's been incredibly tough, but I know that there's power and purpose. We don't ever go through anything randomly. We don't ever go through any kind of pain because we just happen to walk into it.
No. Sometimes it feels like we do walk into it with our eyes wide
but
open.
when you look back, you're like, okay, I
There was a
understand why
reason.
that had to happen. I understand why that journey had to be mine of all people's.
My dad likes to say, if not you, then
If not you, then who?
yeah, if not you, then
I'll hold that in my quieter moments. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Vanessa. You've been incredible, a boss babe of South Africa for the longest time. And looking forward to hearing a lot more with your voice and you know, honoring your spirit through your voice.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.